Well, happy Halloween, everybody. It's definitely one of my favorite holidays because any holiday where people are going to give me free candy is definitely okay in my book. And as many of you are probably aware, Halloween actually has very Catholic origins. Just the name Halloween is abbreviated from All Hallows Eve. Eve, of course, meaning the day before, just like we use for Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, the day before those holidays. But All Hallows means all the holy ones, right? Like we say in the Our Father, hallowed be thy name, like may your name be holy. So it's the eve before we celebrate all the holy ones, which is, of course, is the saints, and which is, of course, tomorrow. So the name, All Hallows Eve, is the day before we celebrate All Saints' Day. So very Catholic in origin in the name. And on this day, in at least the United States, we celebrate by worrying about what we look like. We dress up as all sorts of crazy and awesome things. You see amazing costumes. We take a lot of time and a lot of care looking a certain way, whatever we're dressing up as. But today we're invited to pay just as much attention, in fact, even more attention, not on what we look like on the outside, but rather what we look like on the inside. That we may not be called to dress up physically as the saints, but we're certainly called to look like them interiorly, in our heart and in our soul. That instead of being clothed in costumes and makeups and all sorts of stuff, that instead we're clothed in virtue, that we're clothed in charity, that we're clothed in Christ. And so as we go around today, or maybe we already have, dressing up like all sorts of crazy things, or with our kids or grandkids or family or whomever, all well and good. But when we also make sure that we're spending just as much time, in fact more time, on how we look interiorly, that we're clothed with virtue and charity and clothed in Christ.